Oakland Raiders will host the Buffalo Bills on Sunday, November 4th as 3-point home favorites in Week 13 NFL action. The Raiders almost blew a 17-point halftime lead against the Carolina Panthers last weekend, but they came away with a win in the end. The betting market was given a variety of 3.5s on this game, but most of those are now gone, as the Bills appear to be a live underdog for this weekend's jaunt to California. The Buffalo Bills are 6-5 straight up on the season and 5-1 against the number. Buffalo is coming out west for the second time in a month after playing the Seattle Seahawks on November 7th. Buffalo pushed that number as a 6-point underdog. The Bills are just 2-3 straight up and 1-3-1 against the spread since their 4-game win streak ended in Miami on October 23rd. Buffalo held off the Jacksonville Jaguars last Sunday, but it was not an impressive performance. The only score of the first half came on a 22-yard drive, and Dan Carpenter missed the PAT. LaShawn McCoy's 75-yard touchdown run in the third quarter accounted for 75 of Buffalo's 304 total yards. But it was a win, and that's really all that matters. With Mike Gillislee out from a hamstring injury suffered in practice, it was up to McCoy to get the job done, and he did. The Bills have averaged 5.3 yards per carry this season and have had success because they have not turned the ball over. Tyrod Taylor has an 11-4 touchdown interception ratio with just over 2,100 passing yards this season. The Bills are the best team in the NFL at taking care of the ball with just 6 turnovers. With the league's best rushing attack on a per carry basis, the Bills should be considered a live underdog for this weekend. The big key to this game will be Buffalo's secondary against the Oakland offense. Derek Carr is expected to be fine after hurting the pinky finger on his throwing hand last week against Carolina. The Bills have held opponents to just 21.5 points per game this season, although they have given up 5.7 yards per play. Buffalo has allowed 12.5 yards per catch, so when they don't get to the quarterback, they've given up some big gains. Going up against a terrific Oakland offensive line may make it tough for Buffalo to get in there and disrupt Derek Carr. The Bills have allowed 7.6 yards per attempt, which is among the worst marks in the NFL. Only 3 teams have allowed more yards per catch. If they can run the rock effectively and help the defense out, the Bills can certainly come away with a victory here. The Oakland Raiders had their 4-game against the spread streak snapped for those that played -3.5 on the home team last week. Oakland has won 5 straight and is now 9-2 with a 7-4 mark against the spread. The total might look a little high here, but these teams are 17-5 to the over this season. The Raiders have only turned the ball over 9 times all season, which is why they are among the league leaders in points and yards on offense. The Raiders have been outgained in several of their games this season, but they're 6-2 in those games. Oakland's quarterback Derek Carr has thrown for almost 280 yards per game and owns a 22-5 touchdown interception ratio. With 423 passing attempts, Carr has only been sacked 13 times. The Raiders' rushing game has fallen off in recent weeks, but they still average 4.3 yards per carry. Michael Crabtree was questionable to play last week, and he caught 8 passes for 110 yards. Crabtree and Amari Cooper are one of the top tandems in the NFL, and that's why Oakland has picked up 5.9 yards per play on the season. Defensively, the Raiders definitely have some problems. Oakland's defense has allowed 6.2 yards per play, which is tied with Indianapolis for the worst mark in the NFL. Despite giving up almost 4,300 yards, which is the 5th most in the NFL, the Raiders have 10 teams ahead of them in points allowed. Oakland has 19 takeaways, which is tied for 6th. They have forced a turnover in all but 2 of their games this season and have won the turnover battle in 7 games and are 6-1 in those matchups. Buffalo doesn't turn the ball over, so it will be interesting to see how Oakland does in this situation. This is a tremendous spot for the Buffalo Bills. The Raiders had the Mexico City game and started falling apart in the second half against Carolina. The Derek Carr injury played a role, but the team definitely looked fatigued. With Kansas City looming on deck in a huge AFC West matchup on a short week, it might be tough for a young team to shake off all these things and play a good football game against a dangerous opponent. Our pick and prediction is for the Buffalo Bills at +3. For our pick and prediction on this game and every other game this week, and a wealth of free stats and information, check out bangthebook.com.